Hey guys, this video is all about the books that we are reading this Christmas season. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. I am a Christian homeschool mom of 6 kids. They are 9. My 9-year-old's actually almost 10. I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old who's going to turn 5 this month, and twins that are 2. And so we're kind of busy all the time. But this year we are taking a little bit different schedule. We're going to be taking a long break during the winter months. So we are going to do the finish up this week and next week, and then we're taking about 5 weeks off for a break. And during that time, I have a stack full of books that we are still going to be reading and learning. Some of them we'll be doing before Christmas, but I just wanted to show you the books that we're doing that are related to Christmas and the season. A lot of them we do almost every year, so my kids are very familiar with the stories. We read the same ones each year, but it's just so fun and special. Also wanted to show you my pillows. Snagged these at Walmart for $5 and I love them. They're big and fun and cute and festive, and I have 2 couches. I have one on each couch. I just have them both here so I could show you. And here's the other one, $5, and I got matching dish towels that say kind of the same thing in my kitchen for $1 each at Dollar Tree. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case you guys are looking for some fun, cute decorations. Okay, so let's get started. The Advent story that we are doing this year, the book that I chose, I showed it in my book outlet video if you haven't watched that one. But this is the story we're doing. We are 3 days in and I am liking it a lot. The kids are engaged with it, and it's just short enough little passages that even my 2-year-olds can sit through it, because like that's all you read each day. This is actually the one we did today. And you just read this little passage and that's it. And it goes through all the way up to Christmas. So I like it. I like that it incorporates Jesus, of course, because that is the focus this time of year. Well, all year, but particularly this time of year, not Santa. So that is where our family likes to keep the focus. So that's our Advent story. And you could still start this. I know that December has already started, but you could totally still start this and just read, you know, like the first 4 or 5, whatever, and then continue on one a day. You could still make it work. So I wanted to share that. Okay, so I did already talk about these books in another video because I showed them briefly. But this is one that I got from Book Outlet. It's Nutcracker, and it is at about a 4th or 5th grade level. And it's just the story of the Nutcracker. Guys, I'm loving this cover. I showed that before and it is just beautiful. So there's that. My daughter hasn't read it yet. She knows it's available though, so she'll get on it, I'm sure, soon. I also got her this one. It is The Dog Who Saved Christmas and Other True Animals Tales. She wants to be a vet, so if you have vet lovers, there's a good one, I think. Like I said, we haven't read it yet, so I don't know for sure, but I bet it's going to be pretty good. All right, for my 2nd grader, we've got Merry Christmas, Amelia Bedelia. It's got a little sticker. It came like that. But anyways, I love Amelia Bedelia. She's got the silliest and funniest stories ever, and about how she takes everything so literal. If you're not familiar with this, I highly recommend her. She's really fun, and it keeps the kids interested because they enjoy reading about these ridiculous stories. All right. So this is an American Girl story. I like the classic stories like this one or Samantha. Some of the old-fashioned girls, I like those a lot. Each girl has a set of about 6 books, I think it is, and each of that 6 books, each girl also has a Christmas story. So in that 6th, one of the books is a Christmas story, and that is this one. This one's book 3 for Kirsten, and I'm excited about this. She hasn't read it yet. We also have Samantha, and I can't remember the other girl that we have, but Felicity. We have Felicity too. And I just love these stories. You can also watch the movies. They are really cute too. And the movie goes over the course of the 6 books. So you could read all 6 books and then watch one movie. So this is another book I really love. Last year, this is the only book I read, actually, I think the whole Christmas season. I just chose a new story out of this book, and we just went along and did each one each night. This one I don't like. I know this is a classic, Little Match Girl. I don't like that story. I get the point of it, but I do not think that it is an appropriate story for young children. So I'm gonna say I do not recommend that one. But the rest of these are pretty good and pretty cute. Anyways, so that's that. Okay, this one is really similar, but guys, I'm going to tell you, if you are doing the same curriculum that we are doing My Father's World, Exploring Countries and Cultures, and if you are doing that same one, or you are studying countries or cultures or around the world or whatever, this is a great book for that, especially this time of year, because I don't even know if it has like the name of the person who wrote it, like what publisher it is. Well, it looks like this. Family Classic Edition Christmas Treasury. I will try to link it below. And this book, guys, has stories and songs. The songs are in italics. And then it has, like here, it tells you about Christmas in England. And it has Christmas in Italy, Germany, France, Mexico. It just goes on. China. Sweden, Holland, Australia. So we're going to be focusing on a lot of that this year because we're studying cultures, and so why not learn about what they're doing? And then it has songs too. Check it out. This one could be like all you have, and you would probably be really set. So I love this one. I love it so much, and I wanted to share it with you guys because this is going to be this is a great treasure. Okay, we've got the classic story. Christmas is not about this story or about this this man, but we do like to read it just for fun, not to make our whole Christmas season about this, but we do like to read it just for fun and for the story, the rhyme. But this is my particular favorite version. I actually have, I think, 4 versions of this story, but I love the pictures in this one. There's what the cover looks like again, if you're looking for this one. But I just love these pictures. They're beautiful, guys. Oh my goodness. Like seriously, this is probably the most beautiful version of this story I have ever seen. So if this is what you're into, there you go. All right. So it's so important that we are teaching our children this time of year about giving to others. It is so easy for our kids to get swept up in the world that is telling them that they need to have all the things, and that you go to the store and I want, and it really needs to be about them giving to others, not about what they can get for themselves, but what they can give to someone else. And so this is a great story for that. Also, when we told our children about Santa, we stopped the Santa tradition and we told them about the whole truth of that, and we explained it in a way that they could understand, and how we gave them the history of Santa. And I actually have a book that we use to help with that. I'll just show it to you right now. It's this one here, and so it has these 3 stories in the back, and we went ahead and gave them the history of Santa and St. Nicholas and where that story came from. And then we read these next 2, the history of candy cane and the Christmas cookie. And there's a whole bunch more that are just like this. They're the legends of Christmas, and they are so good. And when we gave that story to our children, we told them, you know, this is what it means to be a Santa, helping somebody else, secretly giving them gifts that they maybe need, or being a blessing. This was a book that we read during that time also. So this is kind of like their level, and it was good for them. But like I said, if you're looking to kind of break that Santa Claus huge, like not making it such a huge deal in your home and making it more of a focus on Jesus, then I'm going to say that I recommend this here, and particularly this story here, because it really shows you how you don't need to give up the traditions of Santa, like the giving to others, but that you're focusing on the giving more than a magical elf who comes to your home and brings you presents. Okay, so that is all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so Jan Brett. If you are not familiar with Jan Brett, I want you to be. Her stories are pretty magical. This one, and here's another one. And this one takes like the classic gingerbread story, but is like the second level, I guess, like part 2. But I love this story because all of her stories are like this usually. You've got the story, like this is what's going on right now. And then over here on both sides, you've got like what's going on like in the meantime. So this is about the boy is making the cookies on the side here, like he's in the kitchen. And this is what the cookie that he's already made, the gingerbread baby, what it's doing in the meantime is the actual story. But it also gives you, this one in particular has the recipe throughout. So the little boy's making the cookies in the kitchen, and it gives you the recipe on each of those little side things. It tells you the ingredients, and then it tells you how to do it, which is kind of a neat little feature, right? I think, I don't know if it actually has the actual recipe separate from that. I don't know. You may just have to flip through the book to get the recipe. It looks like you do. I thought it had it at the very end, but I guess not. Anyways, her books are fun because they have kind of what's going on, you know, in another scene on the sides. This one's the same way. You can kind of see like, while the reindeer are doing this, you can see what the elves are up to there on the side. And it goes through, it's like 2 stories in one. Anyway, I like that. All right, for your little bitty guys, I have little bitty guys. I always have little bitty guys because we always have babies in our home right now. So this is a great starter book for the story of Christmas. If they're wondering, why are we giving gifts? Who is this Jesus? There you go. This is a great series too, because this series also has the story of Easter. There's a couple others in this series. So this is a great series, and it's right at little one's level, but it still gives them all the truth. So I like that one too. All right, back to, if you have Santa and maybe you're thinking of transitioning to having less of a focus on Santa, I recommend this one. I think this was put out, I think Hallmark did this maybe. I don't know. I may have just made that up. Sorry. But this is a great book. It's basically Santa, and he's going about, and then he starts to realize that nobody is focusing on Jesus. They're all focusing on him. And he doesn't want them to do that. It talks about his last stop. After he's delivered all the presents, he goes to the church and he's praying, and that people would, you know, realize that this isn't about him, it's about Jesus. He goes through the whole story. He talks about Saint Nick, like the history of Santa, like how he got his start, and kind of some history there. And then you've got the end. Okay, so this is a great story too if you are looking to transition and get less focus on Santa and more focus on Jesus. This is another great book for that. All right, this is just another fun, kind of a magical story. Astrid Lindgren is famous for these kinds of stories, kind of a German feel with the Tomten, and basically it's a little elf, and he goes around and kind of checks on everything in the evening, makes sure the barn is shut up tight and everybody has what they need. It's just a fun, cute little story. It doesn't really have much to it, but there is a second, maybe a third even, that follow the Tomten along. It's just a fun, sweet story for cuddling, you know, under a blanket and reading together. All right, last year we studied the American Revolution, actually the past 2 years, and this is a book I picked up during that time. And I think I'm gonna just have it setting out like a coffee table book for my kids to pick up, or even me to pick up and just read little snippets. But it's Christmas in Williamsburg, like early America Christmas, how they decorated, what they did, things they ate. Look how cute that teapot is, guys. Some of their traditions. It's just really cool. So I think that's a fascinating time period. If you're like us or like my little ones, they love the Little House time period, all of that. And it's got just how to do, it's got some craft things. It's just a fun book and a cool way to celebrate Christmas kind of in an old-fashioned way, or to incorporate some of your studies into your Christmas celebration. This is The Light of Christmas. I really like this book because it kind of is one of those books that has like a surprise ending. Okay, so he has to decide if he's going to help this old man. He decides that he is going to help him. All these people have passed by this old man and have not wanted to help him. This little boy helps him, and it turns out that he is the it kind of has a little bit of a Jesus feel to it, kind of that same feel, but this one has him as Santa, but they call him the keeper is what they call him. But you can see there's kind of that resemblance to Santa, and I kind of think it really helps kids put it all together. Okay, so I like this story. It definitely reminds you, you know, like the least of these, what you have done for the least of these, you've done for me, from the Bible. And so I really like that. I like this story a lot for that. Okay, guys, so last year we did a study on the 12 days of Christmas. I didn't know, I just sang that song like everybody else does, and I had no idea what in the world it was talking about or why they were getting all these random gifts. Okay, then I learned the history of the 12 days of Christmas, and my mind was blown, and I love it. So the 12 days of Christmas are actually Christmas to the 12 days after Christmas. I don't know if you knew that, but I have a whole blog post on it. I will post it below, and I talk about it and explain it. But yeah, it is the one, it's my blog post below, and it is titled The Real Stories Behind Your Christmas Traditions. And this is a fantastic book. I actually show you this book in the blog and show you a link where you can print out a banner to hang up to kind of help you learn about it. But basically, the in this time period here, the Christian church, when it was being persecuted and people wanted to teach their children about Christmas and about Jesus, then each part of the 12 days of Christmas stands for something from the Bible. What? So that is so cool, and this book really breaks it down in a beautiful way. Check this out. It is here talking about let's see, the six geese a laying, and it's the 6 days that God created the earth. Let's see, the 9 ladies dancing, the 9 fruits of the Spirit. So if you don't know, like if you're an adult and you feel like maybe you are not adequate to teach your children about the Bible, maybe you didn't grow up learning about the Bible, I didn't, maybe you don't feel real comfortable explaining things like that, this book breaks it all down for you, so it's step by step, and you can understand it and teach it to your children so that you're still doing your duty, which is to teach and educate your kids on the Bible. So I love this book, and I can't recommend it enough, but anyways, but it's actually the 12 days, Christmas to January 6th, which is the day of Epiphany. That's actually my daughter's birthday, but anyway. Okay, speaking of which, if you are looking to learn more about things for yourself, like your own mother culture, this is a great series here. I talk about these also in that same blog post, but like I took these and I would read just little snippets, like one in an evening or one while I was putting my kids down for a nap or something, just to myself, like before bed. And I learned so much. Like, here's candy canes. Why do we have candy canes? Why are they shaped the way they are? Why are they the colors that they are? And it tells you, it's not very long, like 4 pages, maybe 6 pages for each little story. caroling. Why do we have Christmas trees? Why are they a Christmas tree? Why are we putting it in our house? Why is it, what's the significance to the color of it, with it being green and not like some dead tree? So good. So educational. So I'm going to recommend this whole series actually. This is by Ace Collins, The Stories Behind the Traditions. And then the next two are the songs that we're singing. Why are we singing the songs that we're singing, and what's the significance behind those, and how did they get started? So that's cool. Okay, last ones. I have the best mother-in-law ever, and she knew that we were doing a study on Israel, and she had some books sent to me to help out with our studies on Israel. So next week we're going to study Israel, and we are going to incorporate these two books here. The story of Hanukkah that she sent me. Super excited about these books because she's been telling me and explaining all of the history and the significance of the menorah with the Bible to me, and I'm excited to share it and teach it to my little ones. So she even gave us a little one that we can light so that we can learn about it together. I'm just really excited to be able to, these are some things that I wasn't taught and we didn't do. And so to be able to learn about them myself and teach it at the same time is really cool. And this is something you could do just, even if your kids go to school, you could just do like a little thing in the evening before bed or whatever, and they would learn so much. So anyway, she got me Clifford and the story of Hanukkah. All right, guys, those are basically the books in our book basket for this whole Christmas season. There's a few more that are just kind of meh, but I didn't feel that they were significant enough that I needed to share them with you. These are my favorites, and these are the ones I wanted you to see. If you have a favorite Christmas book, share it with me. Leave a comment below. I do have another link in the description video of this video, and you can find a whole list of other books that we enjoy reading this time of year. These are the ones I have, but some of those that I also enjoy reading we actually snag from the library, so I don't have them in hard copy to show you, but they are listed on my blog, so if you're interested in seeing those. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.